New questions are swirling around the state of Bill and Melinda Gates' marriage, leading up to last week's divorce announcement.
Wait, why do we care about this?
We care because
we're Slick Talk Reviews, and we want to make sure you guys like and subscribe. Before we go any further, make sure you like and subscribe.
The Wall Street Journal reporting Melinda began talking to divorce attorneys roughly 2 years before the filing.
Doesn't it suck to know that people are in your business? You're not to the point you have to put out a letter to the world, hey, this is what's going on between the two.
But I respect how they're going about it, to be honest. I feel like, when there's so much money at stake and when they have so many joint endeavors and they also have 3 children, it has to be amicable.
Gotta protect the business.
In a joint statement, they were ending their 25-year marriage.
A lot of y'all will never even see a marriage, no disrespect. 25 years, that's a long time. And
a really long time.
I tip my hat to that, for someone to be in a marriage for that long while being rich and famous. Oh man, there's so many distractions.
And working together though too, because
yeah.
that's a whole nother level of commitment. I hope that they can move forward respectfully, because the Epstein situation, apparently NBC hasn't been able to verify any documents that actually state that Melinda was searching for or was looking for a divorce.
Not yet.
Not yet. But if she was looking 2 years ago, you do have to wonder what would be the cause.
We no longer believe we can grow together as a couple in this next phase of our lives. The Journal citing several people reporting that one source of concern for Melinda, a global advocate for women and girls, was Bill's dealings with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
It's a bad look. Anybody linked to this man, I get it.
A father linked to Epstein.
That's still a sensitive topic to speak on, and all those victims that are still suffering today. So to be linked with him, my guy, you're a billionaire. So I'm pretty sure you have the funds or access to do your proper research on someone.
I feel like there must have been rumors, because I'm sure there were people privy to things that they probably didn't even want to be privy to. You gotta wonder if he at least knew.
According to documents obtained by the Journal, Melinda and her advisors held a number of calls with divorce lawyers in October 2019.
She probably was trying to protect a few things herself and get some things in line before going all the way through with it. And
normal people take forever to divorce. I mean, there are a lot of people that have gone into divorce proceedings and now you're 5-6 years down the line and you're not even really fully divorced.
And there are a lot more nastier divorces that out there.
For sure.
So once again, this is pretty cool.
And there's a lot of money. There's a lot of things at stake, and I feel like it's good that it's being handled in this way, that even if she was looking for something 2 years ago, this is the first time we're hearing of it.
Same month, the New York Times first reported that Bill met with Epstein on numerous occasions.
Remind me to never take a photo with anybody, just in case.
Yeah,
it's like, do not pull out a photo with Trump, Epstein, any of these people, because even if you were an innocent bystander and at the time it might have been a cool photo, remind me to I don't want to take photos with anybody.
I think he's crossing his arms too,
because he might not even want to be there.
It's just
but
it's cringy now.
You never know.
Everything
with Epstein is cringy. Everything surrounding him. He could be doing average, older white man stuff, and it's still weird and gross.
Starting in 2011, after Epstein had served time for soliciting prostitution. The Times reporting one stay at Epstein's Manhattan townhouse lasted late into the night, according to more than a dozen people familiar with the relationship. In late 2019, Gates was asked about his meetings and relationship with Epstein at one of the paper's forums.
I made a mistaken judgment that I thought that those discussions would lead literally to billions of dollars going to global health.
Ew.
Turned out that was a bad judgment. That was a mirage. None of that money ever appeared. And I gave him some benefit by the association. So I made a doubly wrong mistake there.
Last week, the Gates shocked the world with news of their broken marriage. In just January, Melinda spoke with Savannah about how the two were coping with household duties during the pandemic.
Both people can set the table and both people can do the microwaving and the cleaning up. And so we're trying to, again, continue to role model that in our...
But do y'all? You guys got a whole force going on over there.
No, I'm just saying, these are the people, there are very few people that I respect, at least when it comes to what they seem to portray as parents. the way they've approached parenthood in the sense of their philosophy is that you've had so many resources that your network is essentially your wealth. So we don't need to hand you a bunch of money. Like they seem to be wholesome individuals for the most part. So when it comes to the parenting, I don't honestly, we're not inside their household, but it seems like they got a nice family life.
Melinda filing for divorce shortly after the announcement last week, according to court documents saying their marriage was irretrievably broken.
So this is where it got me, because I know there's different terminology when it comes to divorce. When it says irretrievably broken, that was the only reason that gave me some sort of alert when you had brought up the Epstein thing, because then I was like, okay, this seems like something happened, and it's like we can't come back from it. You know, the first statement of, you know, we don't see ourselves growing together in our next chapter of our lives seems great. But when you say irretrievably broken, it just feels like there's some sort of something else lurking below the surface.
And there were no prenuptials signed prior to the marriage, but they did have separation agreements. I'm glad they had that in place prior, and that was always an understanding. And, you know, city boys, we up one. City girls, y'all looking really bad right now. I don't know really what to say for you guys. I can say for the side chicks, though, y'all up 1-2 with this one, man.
After reading more about the friend that everybody's talking about that he was taking the vacations with, I kind of feel like she really was a friend.
Oh, like a T.I. and Tiny situation, friend?
Being that wealthy and being that intelligent, you probably have a very limited pool of people to hang out with. So I can only imagine that if you were to find someone that was great in all these other aspects, but you weren't going to have a sexual relationship with her, I feel like keeping that platonic relationship consistent even while married doesn't seem like that bad of a situation. Especially if Melinda was privy to it. I don't know, maybe Kevin Samuels was right.
He's been speaking this for the longest. This is why he is the Godfather. And if you guys are lost and need help or need some guidance,
go over to his channel.
Grandfather, Godfather, mentor,
not
Kevin
grandfather,
Samuels.
but he was saying a lot of stuff about high value men and them
their
exercising.
Options, because they are in a small pool of people that can do those type of things due to their status and their income.
And it's not that they have to do it.
They don't. It's not that they have to, but it's a tool that they can exercise if they wanted to.
Oh, okay. So
the music.
Yeah, New York. And so the point to bring it back to this is that even though Melinda clearly does work, she has her own things going for her separate from Bill as well as together with him. It does show you that whatever agreement, we don't know what her end of the agreement was for allowing those trips to happen with his friend who was previously his girlfriend. It just seems like it was more, I feel like a lot of people would have issue with this because most of us are not guided by logic, we're guided by emotion.
Listen to your heart.
Anyways.
In the head ass.
They're being guided by logic, what's actually attainable, the level of privacy, obviously keeping things under wraps. This is really the first time we're getting a glimpse into their marriage. For the most part, considering how wealthy they are, how much influence they have, it's actually very impressive that they've been able to keep their privacy intact to this degree. So I kind of applaud them for that. But we do hope that if there's anything more about Bill Gates supporting Epstein or having any involvement about that, I just feel like the Epstein thing in general, just more things need to come to light before we can really fully hash that out.
And if you guys know any information on this Epstein and Bill Gates, you know, drop that in the inbox.
Let it be known.
We'll do our research, man. We just need your help with it too. And yeah, let us know how you feel about Melinda and Bill Gates going their separate ways and how they should have handled this situation and how other couples can probably learn from this situation. It's unfortunate, man. We had Quavo and Saweetie this year, and now Kim, Kanye. Melinda and Bill. Who's next? You want to place a bet on who's next? I'm gonna call it. It's the Obamas. Yep. Barack and Michelle.
I hope not.
I call it.
I hope not. That would break the hearts of
you know
millions.
What? Let me knock on some wood because before that actually happens.
We need
before I jinx that into the world.
We need them together. We need them in sync because we can't.
Unity. Stay strong, brother.
Yeah.
Until next time, I'm Chris.
And I'm Rella.
And thanks for kicking it. We are Slick
Talk
Reviews.
Peace out. Oh.
Yeah. 100 round drum with a scope. Hit a nigga right in the throat. Voodoo baby, no go. Militant nigga, I be on go.